Team 17 have outlined some of the bug fixes which they are working on following the release of Update 14, which brought the British forces to the game, and boy, there are quite a few of them to sort out. This isn't unexpected. Big updates, heck, even small updates can result in unforeseen bugs, but in my opinion, some of these really should have been spotted and sorted out before they released the update. The known issues acknowledged by Team 17, which they are investigating ahead of a planned hotfix on June 22nd, include a bug currently preventing players from moving when holding tab to view the scoreboard. They believe this is the result of a fix submitted with Update 14 to prevent a particular kind of exploit. In relation to the above bug, players are currently unable to carry out actions using the F key while the map is open. They're looking into a bug resulting in incorrect XP amounts being rewarded at the end of the game. When typing a server name in the server filter box on PC, a bug is causing the box to deselect after each character, making it difficult to type and search for a server name. While sprinting players hear the breathing audio overlapping itself, they are investigating reports of some British weapons feeling incorrectly zeroed, as well as reports of some British weapons being affected by excessive weapon sway, which is making it difficult for players to track enemies within their sights. Sadly, there is no mention of the possibility of the Bren gun getting a working bipod. There is an invisible collision under the bridge on the Drail map, which has been reported, which is incorrectly preventing players from shooting or driving through that space. A bug has been reported which is affecting a number of gunner scopes, causing vertical movement controls to be inverted. I have noticed this myself with the British AT gun. And there's a bug when attempting to place an airhead on any hangar on the Alamein map. The asset will clip through the roof and drop onto the hangar's floor. This issue is not affecting the bombing run, supply drop or ammo drop, strafing run or precision strike abilities on Alamein. Devs are also aware of a dive to prone exploit where players are able to use the mechanic to hit the ground quickly and get back up quickly in quick succession to avoid getting shot. They're also aware of the incorrect amount of votes being offered on console for a vote kick function. They're currently requesting 29 votes when it should be 20. Other issues that they have acknowledged are that the Panther tank has been misspelled on the XP screen. The typo comes up as Panther, P-A-T-H-E-R. They're also aware of some incorrect weapon names being used, and they're looking into that. I'm not sure which one they're referring to because they don't specify, but the other issue they're acknowledged is that the battle dates present on the loadout screens for Drail and Alamein are the wrong way around. Now, some of these issues which came with Update 14 can only be really chalked up to the British update being rushed out. I know it's a small thing, but how do you fail to catch the incorrect dates on the new map loading screens during testing? Also, how do you not notice that players will have the ability to abuse the new dive to pro mechanics? These sort of things really should have been identified and remedied before the release. If Team 17 were hoping that the British update would draw loads of new players in, they should have really done a much better job of polishing up the update and releasing it with everything was in a good state to showcase, especially to new players. The complete lack of desert uniforms and some glaring historical inaccuracies for both the British and German forces on El Alamein in terms of weapons and vehicles is just a big minus for players like me who really appreciate the immersive side of Held Let Loose. In regard to the historical accuracy, Team 17 have again paid lip service to the idea of having more historically accurate content in the game, but they haven't given any specifics or made any firm commitments. What they have said is this: as a studio, we are building new partnerships with history and weapon experts whose knowledge will undoubtedly make this game better and even more true to the set and setting. Held Let Loose is special because of its core gameplay mechanics, and we have no intention of changing that or making it look like any other FPS title on the market. Change is inevitable, but not to the point where it affects the core principles of Held Let Loose, a strategic, communicative, cooperative, and immersive World War II experience. I'm sure that Update 14 would have made an even bigger splash and would have been more positively received if these issues that they are now investigating had been addressed before the update released. Let's be honest, they should have got the historical experts on board a long time ago to make sure that weapon loadouts and vehicles made sense for the different maps, especially now that we are getting more maps from the early and mid-war period of World War II. The lack of the M1928 Thompson for the British on El Alamein is an obvious example, but there are, of course, other strange weapon choices like the prevalence of the P14 Lee Enfield despite it being withdrawn from frontline service use in World War II. There are also no specific mention of whether we'll get the correct vehicles for El Alamein, like Crusaders, Valentines, Matildas or Grants, to name a few. When it comes to the cosmetics, I get that Team 17 may want to make money from their DLC packs, and I don't have any issue with this, but at least give the British and Germans one desert uniform each, and have the bloody DLCs ready for the launch of the desert map. I appreciate that modelling realistic legs, especially if the players are wearing shorts, is harder than if they're just wearing long trousers. In particular, if we consider the gore mechanics of Hell Let Loose, where a player model will need to lose their limbs if blown up. But really, these should have been ready before the release of Alamein to maximise the impact of this new setting for Hell Let Loose. Instead, we're going to probably get a drip feed of desert content over the next few months, since the team will be quite busy with a huge range of other content like the new game modes which are coming to the game soon. Maybe I'm crazy, but would it not have been better to release Alamein with the bulk of the associated desert content, such as cosmetic, weapons and vehicles ready, rather than releasing the bare bones and placeholder content as we seem to have been given? That way the team wouldn't have to go back and address things while trying to push out new content. The big controversy which everyone is talking about is the increase in sprint and crouch running speed introduced with Update 14 and the impact this has on gameplay when combined with the new ability to dive to prone. Some people love the speed change, some people don't. Personally, I don't think the game needed a speed increase. I like the pace of Hell Let Loose pre-Update 14. The other big change to player movement which came in Update 14 is the new dive to pro mechanic, which in isolation is okay, but again, not something which was super needed. It was possible to duck and go prone when getting shot at before Update 14, now that's just been made a bit easier. But these two changes, the speed boost and the dive to prone, have brought in their own set of problems. Players can now zigzag and dive up and down a lot easier in a dolphin dive manner, which is extremely out of kilter with the way Hell Let Loose has played up until now. The increased speed has also given a de facto buff for all anti-tank players against armor. Tank movement and turret traverse speeds have remained unchanged, making them even more vulnerable to infantry with satchels or AT launchers. Look at this clip where I tried to gun down a satchel-armed player. I couldn't get anywhere near him, and the HE round didn't even kill him. He may have even escaped the explosion without getting a wound. In the end, I had to jump out of the vehicle to kill him, which is obviously an option for tankers, but it's far from ideal. I was worried, ahead of the release of Update 14, that the new dive to pro mechanic could be abused if there was no speed or weapon accuracy penalty for spamming it. For some reason, Team 17 have implemented it without any of those sensible restrictions, meaning it can be spammed endlessly. If Team 17 want to keep the speed increase, they should boost tank movement and tank turret traverse speeds to give tankers a bit of a fighting chance, and introduce some sort of inertia or anti-spam cooldown on the zigzagging and dive to pro mechanics. Speaking overall about Update 14, I actually really like Drael and El Alamein, especially El Alamein, which has offered a new long-distance gameplay experience as it really necessitates cooperation between squads to suppress hilltops where enemy fire might be coming from. This coordination is what Hell Let Loose is all about, and I love it. Overall, I think Update 14 was okay, but it really could have been great, and sadly I think Team 17 have missed an opportunity here and will now have to go back and fix certain issues before they even go ahead and release more content. Don't forget that Update 15, which is scheduled for this summer, is bringing the new objective game mode, which will be playable on a new Brecourt map. Here, the American 101st Airborne will be attacking German positions, defending an artillery battery. I expect the attackers will have the objective to destroy the guns, while the defenders will have to try and stop them. And of course, towards the end of the year, we're expecting the poles and fins to be added to the game, along with a new game mode called Skirmish. It's exciting times for Hell Let Loose. I just wish these updates didn't come with a bunch of new bugs and issues. Releasing more refined and well-tested content would be better for us gamers and Team 17's bottom line. That's all for now, folks. You know the drill. If you like this video, smash the like button and share it, and subscribe for more Hell Let Loose news.